Hi guys. How was everybody doing? Now, usually, guys, I would do these. I would do the on a Sunday, but I decided not to this time. This will be the. This is the final open mic Q&A for the month of. I should say for the year of 2020, and I can't wait till this year is over. Indeed. I was getting a lot of good news, guys, that was coming out, just geek-related stuff, and then a bomb happens. And that bomb being Tiny Lester Jr., a.k.a. Zeus, president. Forgetting what he played. He was a president in Fifth Element, and of course Debo. Passed away. Jeez, fuck, God damn it. Yeah, man, like it sucks. I was getting all this good news that was coming out of the camp of Marvel and all that stuff, and you know, from the Disney Plus series and all this good stuff, and I'm like, I'm sharing as much as I can. Still gonna talk about it. I didn't watch any of the trailers though, except for Loki. I did watch the Loki trailer, and that was okay. But I think they showed a good look at Falcon and Winter Soldier. The What If series, I want to check out more of that. But yeah, man, like there's a lot of stuff coming out from Jesus Christ. Okay, so we finally find out who Christian Bale is playing in Thor: Love and Thunder. And I called it, and many of us did, many geeks probably called it. And the only character that would pretty much make somewhat sense right now was Gorg, the God Butcher. And it's glad to see that he is going to play the God Butcher. I'm happy for that. Once again, we got more news out of the She-Hulk. And yeah, once again, these actors kill me with this whole concept of them trying to play down that they're not playing the character, and then next you know they are playing the character. It's like, wait, why do you do that? You try to throw us off, but it don't work. So as you all know, Miss Marceline, you know, who's gonna be Tatiana, she is playing She-Hulk. But now we got more news about her show. Tim Roth, who was Abomination, Emil Blonsky, is returning. So that's going to be cool to see where he's been all this time. Has he still been in that prison out in the Arctic? That's what they said he was. And it makes us wonder, will we see the leader as well in her show? And Mark Ruffalo is coming back as the Hulk. Riri Williams, Ironheart, is getting a Disney Plus series. RDJ he has been talking about that for some time. He was like, they would always ask him, what's a character you want to get a show? He would say Ironheart. He would always say that. And now Riri Williams is getting it, getting to show the actress that is playing here. Her name is Dominique. I forgot her last name, but I looked her up, and yeah, I was like, whoa, okay, she's pretty cute. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, that was good. Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Quantum Mania. Everybody's returning, and the villain, Kang the Conqueror. Okay. Hawkeye. Most of the stuff we already know about, but yes, Echo is going to be in the show. So we're going to see Maya Lopez in the show. And then we have Armored Wars, which is going to star Rhodey. So they're taking another classic Iron Man story and making it into a series. If all those who never read Armored Wars, it was a series where pretty much the one thing that Tony always was scared of is his tech falling into the wrong hands. And it was like a whole war between that. So Rhodey is going to be, Don Cheadle returns in his own series. His own series about it. So good for Rhodey. You know, good for Don Cheadle. Don't tell Terrence Howard. I'm sorry, I had to. Who else? We're getting a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Groot is getting a couple of mini shorts on the show on Disney Plus. Secret Invasion. Yeah, Nick Fury and Talos. You know, they're going to be dealing with that. That's going to be interesting. They announced Captain Marvel 2. Of course, Brie Larson. The Kamala Khan's going to be in it. And Monica is returning. So that's going to be good. The only question about that is who is the villain going to be? And me and Mr. Multiverse were talking like maybe it would be cool if the end credit is Rogue stealing Bree's, sapping Bree's strength, putting her in a coma, you know, and has her power. That'd be kind of cool. And what else? What else? I'm getting to the one that we're going to talk about soon as well. Oh boy, Willow. Yeah, Willow is getting a series. Willow's getting a series. Warwick Davis is returning to reprise his role. That's great. Asuka is getting her own series. Rosario Dawson will reprise the role. That's great. There's a couple of Star Wars stuff. Hayden Christensen is returning as Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan series. Patty Jenkins is going to direct another Star Wars. I forgot which Star Wars she's directing. That's cool. And of course, the Fantastic Four. The first family is coming. And they have announced that the Fantastic Four is coming, and the person directing it is Mr. Watts, the director of the last 2 Spider-Man movies, or 3 soon. Speaking of Spider-Man, there's more connection. Spider-Man 3 will have ties into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So not just will WandaVerse, but also Spider-Man 3. So now it's starting to maybe make sense of why all these characters, why we're hearing Tobey Maguire and Doc Ock and Electro, because they've already said that Tobey Maguire was spotted on set getting costume fitted. Him, and Andrew Garfield. They also said that Kirsten Dunst and Emma Stone is going to reprise their role. And of course, the big one, Charlie Cox returning as Daredevil. Yeah. So it makes sense now why the multiverse is gonna they playing that up. But yeah, the first family, Fantastic Four, the first family, Fantastic Four coming. This has been a long time coming for a lot of us. We any fan of the FF knows that we just want a good story. We want these characters to be shown with respect that they deserve, because they are truly the foundation of the Marvel Universe. They started it all for Marvel, and we want that. We want that for them. We want them to be taken seriously, and but more importantly, the one aspect of the Fantastic Four that none of those other three movies have shown, the family aspect. This is a goddamn family. Hence, that's why they're called the first family. They are legitimately a family. Reed and Sue, married. Reed is Johnny's brother-in-law, Sue's brother. Susan is Johnny's brother. And Ben is good friends with Reed, and of course the godfathers of Reed and Sue's kids. They are a legitimate family, and you gotta have that. If you don't, then it's not just about the explorations and everything they do, but that's what set the Fantastic Four apart from all the other Marvel heroes, is that they were a legit family. And they not only were they were publicly out there doing their thing, everybody knew who they were. But now with the MCU being like, as you all know, the concept of secret identity is not really a big thing in the MCU. Outside of Spider-Man, until Far From Home, all the other identities were public. Everybody knew who Cap was. Everybody knew Tony was, and Thor, and Widow, and hell, even Black Panther. Everybody knew that. But Spider-Man was the only one that wasn't. And I kind of wish they would go back to that, where there are characters that got secret identities. I wish they go back to that. I don't want every hero, every character being known. Like, oh yeah, that's who that is. I get where they're coming. They want to keep it more based and things like that, but it'd be good. But there was a lot of stuff that just came out. I don't know what the hell. I guess Marvel and Disney was just like, okay, Warner Brothers, y'all want to throw that shit at it? Okay, then we'll take this. I think that's what that was. Unless it was some kind of event that I must have missed and didn't hear about. Yeah, because all of a sudden we're just getting news after news after news after news after news. Some of the stuff I had already said, like for example, Christian Bale. I said GOG. I said he was gonna be GOG. The only other character I could have seen him playing was the Serpent, Thor's uncle. But I don't think they want to go that route. But the God Butcher is great. But yeah, man, there's just a lot of stuff coming out of for Disney, as well as Hocus Pocus 2. There's this live action Pinocchio. I saw a little bit of it. Looks like the original. Chris Evans is gonna voice Buzz Lightyear in an origin movie called Lightyear. So I guess it's focusing on. It's not the Toy Story. It's like kind of like that, the cartoon Buzz Lightyear, and that they had. So I guess we're gonna see a young Buzz Lightyear. I know there's probably people like, how come Tim Allen didn't come back? I get where they're probably going with it, but yeah, they just threw out a bunch of stuff. Also, for fellow gamers out there, Sephiroth is coming to the world of Smash Bros. So if you have Super Smash Bros, yeah, Sephiroth is coming. Um, they also just announced a Evil Dead game. I'm like, ooh, okay. So there's just a lot of stuff that's been out, and I just wanted to get those out to you guys before I answer your questions. Right, Monster? Mm-hmm. Um, so let's see what we got. Okay. I think I'm gonna use my phone, girl. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay, there's 8 people here. 8 pack members are here. Yeah, it's been a terrible year. Yeah. God damn it. Um, yeah, I mean the X-Men. They already announced Fantastic Four, and I'm glad they announced them first. No rush with the X-Men. Take your time. No rush at all. Don't rush that. Indeed. Hey Matthew. Hey Chris. Hey Jay. What's up? Um, Matthew, man, what do you think of genetics, ancestry, DNA, lineage, and heritage tests quizzes like 23andMe? Um, I don't mind those. That's really cool. I do have an ancestry.com account. And um, I've found some family members that I was like, whoa, that's my great aunt and things like that, and but I have not done the DNA testing. And why? Because I know for a fact they keep that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I don't know why you want to keep my DNA and all that stuff. The one I do want to do is AfricanAncestry.com. Like that will test and see like what African tribe your lineage may come from. So it's actually kind of cool. And they actually discard the things. I've seen a couple of people do it, and I was like, okay, that looks interesting. The late Chadwick Boseman, he did it, and I was just like, oh, okay. And or a couple other people do it. Who do you prefer, the Kardashians or the Jenners? Neither. I don't care about them. Neither, man. I'm not a fan. Who is a better pop artist to you? Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, Jessica Alba, Christina Aguilera, or Gwen Stefani? Jessica Alba. When was she singing? Um, I have favorite songs from all of these artists, but if I'm choosing the one that I like the most, I'm going Christina Aguilera. That girl could sing. I always felt like Christina Aguilera is in a past life she was black. That's because she could hit them high notes. It's crazy. But I was rocking with Gwen Stefani when she was with No Doubt before she even went solo. So, so I follow those announcements, bro. Yeah. Matthew asks again. Okay, how do you feel about wearing jewelry or owning jewelry like earrings, necklaces, chains? Jesus Christ, and grills. I don't care. I don't rock grills. See, I don't mind chains, but I'm not the biggest jewelry guy. Period. Um, but I don't mind that. But I don't rock ice in my teeth and stuff like that. Bayonetta versus Doctor Strange. Who would win? I still go Doctor Strange. Who is a better singer, Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder? What the hell, man, Matthew? What the hell? What's with all these questions about? I'm not going there with that one because I like them both. So no. Who's the better fighter, Shang-Chi or Karate Kid? Oh shit. Okay. The only reason why I would say Karate Kid because he's from the future. I'll give it to him there, but overall, I still give it to Shang-Chi. Nobody's putting that discipline as much than he did. But I give Karate Kid credit to it. Let's see. After Red Dead Redemption comes, I'm not. No, nothing about Red Dead Redemption, please. I have not finished that game. Stop. What do you think of most all live action Disney movies and TV shows? You're writing too fast, Matthew. Slow down. TV shows. You put shoes. Slow it down, dude. Like, I'm gonna answer everybody's questions. So please, slow down. Slow down. Yeah, please. The live action movies. I love the Jungle Book. I thought that was really good. The Lion King. I still need to watch the Mulan. I'm still gonna watch that. I didn't watch the Beauty and the Beast. I didn't watch. I watched Aladdin. Aladdin was all right. It wasn't that bad. I just feel sorry for the actor who played Aladdin. You know, he hasn't gotten any work since doing that movie. That's fucked up. I didn't watch the Dumbo either. I didn't watch that. But you know what? You know who they got that Hercules. It's funny. It's funny once again. It's funny how we keep saying Hercules, but the fact of the matter is, we're saying his name wrong. We're saying his name very wrong. We say his name very wrong because Hercules is the way we say the Roman version of him. Because Roman and Greek mythology kind of intertwine with each other. And this is just a big mythology book because I took it and I was just a big mythology book. His name is Hercules. It's Heracles. Hercules, not Hercules. Hercules is the Roman equivalent to the demigod. So, but I know they're working on a live action movie for that. The only movie I really wanted for a live action Disney was Sword in the Stone. I really wanted that. I thought you could really do something different with that a little bit. I don't mind them. It's just if you're not, they're just live action versions. They're not. Well, some of them are telling different stories. Some of them are staying more closer to the source than just following the Disney version. Like, for example, the Jungle Book. That didn't follow the source. That didn't follow the 60s animated movie. That followed more of Kipling's book. Because at the end, Mowgli didn't go to the man village. He stayed in the jungle. Who's my favorite Cash Money artist? I really don't have a favorite one. Are you ready for all of this? Yeah. Have you seen the Happy Death Day movie? What do you think? Happy Death Day? No. Chris Thompson. Hey, Chris. I'm sorry to say this, but my dad thinks you're a funny weirdo. like from when you're getting mad at people. Okay, I I I I guess. I mean, they're old videos, dude. Like, if they entertained them, that's fine. But I got nothing against it. Like, okay. And you could tell your dad, don't deny that you don't get mad at something if somebody else didn't get something wrong either. He wouldn't flip out on something. Don't act like don't act like you don't. Can anything can happen at this point. Thank you, Taker, and Pat. Rest in peace, Pat. Yeah, we lost Pat Patterson. And yeah, Taker. I'm really happy for Undertaker, like that career he's had, and now you could just see all the stuff that he's doing now. Like, he's telling all these stories and he's doing all these interviews, and you get to see Mark Calloway. We're not seeing the dead man. We're seeing Mark Calloway, which is just great, you know. Do you like to study any geography, biology? Yeah, when I can. Geese how? Okay, okay. David Xanatos will get killed by Geese Howard. That's not even a good matchup, man. Like, are you crazy? What do you think is? Who do you think is a better? What do you think of artists like Fabulous and Cassidy? They're fine. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna start skipping some questions now because we are getting. Did I read the G.I. Joe Street Fighter crossover? Yes, I did. Hey, Chris Tiger, what's up? I'm not gonna be here long. That's fine. Who do you prefer, Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels? Bret Hart. It's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I met Bret, gave me his glasses, and then my dad ended up stepping on him. Wrecked my all right. Jesus Christ. Did you get hacked, Matthew, or something? Like, 'cause a lot of these questions are getting weirder and weirder for me. Gonna move on. Okay, who's better? That's the same question. What would Bayonetta think of Lena Inverse and vice versa? I think Lena Lena would probably be a little bit weirded about, because even though Bayonetta is a witch, but she's using guns and stuff, so I think she would be a little be kind of confused about that, because that's firearms. Okay. If you had to live in the states of the West Coast, would it be California or? I've lived in California before. Oregon, Washington, Alaska, or Hawaii. I've lived in California, never been to Oregon, never been to Washington, or nor Alaska or Hawaii. Okay. Have you ever been anywhere outside of the United States? I was born in Germany. Did that get you? There you go. Okay. Like, give me some geek related stuff, guys. I mean, I'm getting a little all right. Whoa, all right. Lena versus Dormammu, still give it a Dormammu, depending on where it's fought. If it's in the dark dimension, Dormammu winning that. Do you think Kazuchika Okada was the greatest wrestler of the 2010s? I haven't watched all of Okada's matches, but Okada is good. I can never discredit him for that at all. Right, we're moving on from that. What are your What are your thoughts on the Godzilla versus King Kong going to? Okay, now we're talking. All right, this is a good question. All right, this is a good question. I like this question. Thank you, Marion, for this question. Basically, all of Warner Brothers lineup movies going straight to HBO Max. Um, I think they're taking a gamble with that because it's just like, okay, then what's the point? You're putting them out in the theaters, but they're going directly to your streaming service. What's the point then for anybody to go to the theaters then? It's like, for example, Christmas, Wonder Woman 84 is coming out, and I have never gone to the movie theaters on Christmas. So yeah, of course I'm gonna be like, okay, I'll just watch it there on HBO Max. It's this, and I know there's a couple of directors that don't like that this is going on, but they're taking a big gamble with this. They really are. They're taking a gamble with the concept of they're taking a real big gamble of okay, because of what's going on with COVID and everything like that. They don't know if movie theaters are going to open up or anything like that, but they are taking a gamble with that. I think you shouldn't be putting the same movie, you're putting it up and streaming it, because it's like, then what's the point? Like, people just watch on the stream. Wonder Man versus Captain Atom. Depends on which versions are we talking about. Did you watch Blood of Zeus? Not yet. I know that's on Netflix. I have not watched that. Scream 2 or Scream 4? 2. Who's your favorite football team? Or do you not have one? This is from David Rook. Football team, Oakland Raiders. I will not call them by where they are now. They will always be Oakland Raiders. There you go. Skip. 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 Okay. Do you wish that Marvel Comics brought back Hero Kala? You never know. They may bring her back. Why are you hiding that? Yeah, not even have. Yeah, they changed his name again. Rugal versus Bison. I've answered that question before. Depending on the version, once again. I think that's gotta be it. Okay. Already talked about T'Challa. I have not talked about T'Challa yet, but yeah, Black Panther. They announced Black Panther. There's only one T'Challa, and that is Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace, sir. Yeah, he is not going to be replaced. Good, because he shouldn't. They said that the sequel will focus on the world of Wakanda, old characters and newer characters. Fine, great. I just want to know how they're gonna, explain what happened to him. And could it be that we are getting teased of the cabal, or people like that? Who knows? But I'm happy for that. Are not replacing them. That's fine. Okay, what is your favorite preferred cooking device? Microwave, toaster, convenient oven, grill, or barbecue pit. Don't have a barbecue pit. And toasters, don't have a toaster. Got a microwave. What toaster we got? The toaster convenient oven. Yeah, toaster oven. No. So no. Uh, I like to cook on just a stove most of the time, and when I need to heat things up in microwave. Okay. Speaking of Greek mythology, have you the Blood of Zeus yet? Yeah, I have not watched it yet. I want to watch the Blood of Zeus. That's on. I've definitely got to watch that. And I just recently saw the trailer for Winx Club is getting a Netflix series. I'm like, whoa, a live action. I was like, okay. What's that? I'm like, is this Winx Club? I'm like, okay. Which of us Izuku's friends would be the one to set off the Hulk? Are we talking about My Hero? Jesus. There's a couple. I don't know them by name. I don't know why I don't know them by name. But, Jesus Christ, what is the one? Shoot, I can't think of. I'm forgetting their names. I gotta come back to that one. Probably come back to that. Travis, have you ever played Def Jam Fight for the? Yeah, I have it. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I have it. I have it for the first Xbox. I still have it now. I'm looking right at it now. And it was funny because I was watching a dude on YouTube, and he was playing it for the first time, and it was just bring back old good memories, and just the whole concept of Fight for New York, the story behind it, the concept. It's like amazing, just great. So yeah, Jerry Han versus Roberta, who'd win? Roberta. That's for sure. That woman's like a machine. Roberta from Black Lagoon, like a machine. Just yes, that's what Revy in them. Yeah, it's short. It's not even that long. I haven't watched the movies though. Watching Shin Kamen Rider, that is not for kids. I'm not the biggest Kamen Rider fan, so I don't watch it. What's your favorite food to eat on Thanksgiving? Mac and cheese. And candy yams. I love having my candy yams and my mac and cheese together. It's really. I like turkey. Don't get me wrong, but it's what? I don't candy corn. Get out of here. And for dessert, I like sweet potato pie and banana pudding. I actually showed that off that stuff there. This movie, not risking my life to see it. What? Scarlet Witch. Oh, that's okay. That's what he said. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, look at her face going to see it. Oh, that's if somebody coughed on that. Scarlet Witch versus Bayonetta. I'll always say Scarlet Witch because all she got to do is say 2 words like "be gone," gone. Get out of here. Do you play Minecraft? But it's true. It's like just she.
Why you gotta say that? I don't like that this kind of competitive.
No, just be like, she could just stay wherever. Do you like play Minecraft? I do not play Minecraft. I have friends that play it, but I don't play it. Alucard versus Doctor Strange. We're talking from Helsing, right? Now you gotta be careful because Alucard is also Dracula's son from Castlevania. So I don't know which one you're talking about. Thanks and stay safe. Okay.
You say what you do. I bet you do. I both of them will lose.
It depends. I've seen Doc is pretty good against vampires, and that's just. But we're talking Alucard from Helsing. This dude is the most powerful vampire in that series, and he got some techniques that I would even think Doctor Strange would be like, oh shit, what? Who is your favorite Star Trek character or personality? Favorite Star Trek character, Mr. Spock. I've always been a fan of Mr. Spock. You know, live free imposter. It should be right there. Is it free? Sorry about that. They can always use Casper Cole for black. No, don't. No. We're talking about the royal family. We're not talking about a cop from another country. We're talking about Wakanda. And if they're gonna go Black Panther, then it'll be Shuri, not Casper Cole. That's big difference. Big difference. What are your thoughts on the new Marvel villain Cole? Thank you, Symbiote God, for killing that dipshit Sentry. Thank you very much. That put a smile on my face when I read that. I should take it out right now. There it is. Look forward to me reviewing this real soon. Let me show you what he did to that piece of shit character. Where is he? There you go. He thought he was tough. Where is it? Yeah, here he is. Look at him. Look at him getting choked up. Look at that. That's good shit right there. Yeah, look at that. And then, whoop-boom! Good for you, you piece of shit character. I fucking hate the Sentry. The Sentry can suck these nuts. There you go. Screw the Sentry. Fuck the Sentry. I hate him. All right. So as of right now, I'm fine. But I am interested in seeing where they go with this story. Thoughts on Sindel retcon and Mortal Kombat? Personally, I hated she was originally a flawed character who was selfish, but in the end she was able to redeem herself. Mortal Kombat made her pure. Yeah, man. Like I'm kind of a little upset about that because you thought the way they portrayed Sindel, Queen Sindel, in the Mortal Kombat mythos was that she died, but when she came back, that's where the evilness came from. Like Shao Kahn was able to do that to her and stuff like that. But now basically it was saying that she was pure evil from the get-go. That she set her husband Jarek up to get killed in the first place. So it's like I did not like that. I too, Jay, did not like that. I was like, what, really? Like, yeah, I was like, oh, come on, guys. Like, yo, that ruined it. The Falcon Winter Soldier trailer is out. Yeah, I have not watched it. I won't. The only trailer I did watch because I didn't mind not watching it was the Loki stuff. I was like, okay, but the what if and the Winter Soldier, and I think they even give a first look at Ms. Marvel. I did not watch those. Uh, Apocalypse versus Gohan. Gohan. Depends. Yeah, go. What is your favorite console? What was your first console and game? My first console. My first console was the Sega Master System. That was Sega's first, pretty much Sega's first home system. It's called the Sega Master. Y'all can, that kind of just shows my age, how old I am. So you can, if you don't know what that is, research it. You know, Google it. Sega Master System, already in it. So you could just click it on, and it was a game already. It will start up, and the game will start up. The game was Hang On, the motorcycle game. That was my first system. That was the first system my parents got me, and then of course the original NES was next. I played Atari, but I didn't have Atari. My cousin had that. She had the Atari. Then of course after the NES, the original NES, I got Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis was still beloved. It's still beloved to me to this day. Or the Mega Drive, wherever you are in the world. Got the Sega, and I got that because at first, because now it's holiday season, everybody was like, "So, Chris, what are you gonna get?" And I was gonna get the Super Nintendo, and everybody's like, "No, get the Genesis," and eventually I did get it. And what really made me go that route was when I saw that commercial. You know, you can't do this on Nintendo, and they were showing all the games and stuff, and that really inspired me. And so I got it. I got the Genesis. Then I just became a Sega loyalist. I was a Sega loyalist. The only Sega system I did not have was a 32X and Sega CD. Everything else I had. You know, the Sega Saturn. I missed the Sega Saturn, and of course, ta-da! Sega Dreamcast. Still have this. It's getting a little yellow now. It just shows how old it is, but it still works. I think this gear can be washed off, but yeah, it still works. And I really wish Sega stayed in the console game. I really do. I truly think Sega still could do it. I really wish they didn't become a third-party company, because it's sometimes, to me, it's still very hard to see Sonic on another system. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, but the Dreamcast is special to me because that was like the last two systems that my dad got me, and I remember when he got that for me. He got that for me for Christmas. Actually, he went everywhere to find it, look for it, and he found it, and it was him and another guy. He wanted it, and the guy told him the price, and the guy didn't have it. He didn't have the money, and my dad got it. I'll never forget that. So yeah, all these Wall Street guys were trying to get it, and he got it for me. So yeah, so and after that, Xbox, PS2, I had that. I had to get the smaller PS2 because the first one I had died out. It just died on me after a while, I got 360. I didn't get the PS3 actually. Didn't. Um, I got the PS4, of course, and I got Xbox One. But I do not have any of the newer systems, and I won't be getting those anytime soon. Until all them glitches and things have worked out. Uh, so yeah, but I am a gamer, so I do have the games and things like that. So, and I just told you my whole gaming history on that one. So I'm sorry. It is what it is. Um, if you did a non-comic lineup of the Hand, who would be in it? If I told you, then nobody go watch it. Don't worry, that non-comic lineup will be back soon. So I'm not telling you. Who 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 you rate Spider-Man as top mid-tier powered superhero? Would you rate Spider-Man as a top mid-tier powered superhero in terms of what popularity? Then he's up way up there. We're talking about power, maybe not mid, but higher echelons. Because Spider-Man is a lot stronger than a lot of people, than a lot of the heroes give him credit for. He can do some things that surprise you. Of course, over time, most characters, their powers do get upgraded. They don't stay the same level. But Peter has held up a building. He's stopped a train. He's picked up trains. He's 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 webbed tanks and spun them around. You remember how like what Hulk did? He's done that. He's ripped tanks off. He's a lot stronger than it. And of course, we all know why he doesn't. He pulls his punches. He can kill somebody if he doesn't. He's a lot faster than a lot of people give him credit for. So I would not call him a mid tier. He's right up there. He's high, but not at a level like I would say somebody like Silver Surfer or Thor or something like that. One anime world I would not want to live in this berserk world. Oh, yeah. What do you think about what do you think of some of the racism, sexism, and other type of discrimination that Disney and Warner Brothers used to have? Well, for one, what I don't like is that Disney tries to hide it and almost like try to say, "Oh, no, that never happened." Yeah, it did. Like when they started to say, "Well, you don't have to watch like Lady and the Tramp. You could edit out the Siamese twins, the Siamese cats scene. You could edit that out. You have to watch it." But the fact is, yeah, they would play that, and I mean the way they spoke, the way they moved, it was like, okay, you're making fun of Chinese Asian people. Oh, so sorry, we are sorry, like all that nonsense. Even the crows in Dumbo, like you can't tell me what that wasn't. Like, oh, they were just crows. No. Things like that. Warner Brothers, they try to hide it too, but I clearly remember everything they used to do. Like a lot of the old cartoons, like there was a cartoon I remember. One show. It was called Lazy Town, and in that cartoon was a town full of African American people, but they were all lazy and they looked, the big pink lips and everything like that. It was just like, is that what you think of us? You think we're all lazy and we speak, oh, you take, things like that, and, you stutter. There was even like a very stereotypical like character that like Aunt Jemima character, like a Patty May, character. It was like, and they use the blackface a lot, and it's not just Warner Brothers. The Tex Avery cartoons used to do it too. So yeah, they've edited, like, you can't find them on like the like Boomerang and stuff like that, but you can find them on the web, and it's like they try to make you forget about it, or they just don't want that publicized. And I don't like it. But it happened. It did happen. It sucks that it happened. Um, and but if you don't acknowledge that, then it's just like you're trying to come off like you're picture perfect. You're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. You mean Helsing? Yeah. Then it'll be a tough fight. What if they made a Def Jam Fight for Chicago? Uh, I don't know. I mean, they've done 3 Def Jams. I want a new Def Jam, but I mean, no offense to Chicago at all. I mean, I can't say anything bad about New York because yes, I live in New York, but the fact is, not every rapper in every rapper in that game was from New York. You know, you had West Coast rappers, you had all that, and you had reggae stars, and that was the one thing I loved about Def Jam. Especially that one. Like, you didn't just have hip hop art, you had reggae, you had all these, you had actors and everything in there, so it was great. Um, so yeah, it was great. It was just really great to see all those characters. If they were to put the characters in a new city, uh, do another one where I doubt it'll be Chicago. They probably do LA or something like that. Um, I don't know who they would make the main villain, because Snoop Dogg was the main villain in Fight for New York. Crow, you tell Crow. If they do another one, I would really want the creative character stuff to be more deep. Like, that'd be cool. I like that. How old is your channel? My channel is, I think, 10 or 11 years old. It's not that, like that. I started in 2007. Started making videos in maybe 2008, 2007-ish. So yeah. I always will go for me. I always go for Pumas or Adidas. I don't get too many Nikes, and I haven't bought a pair of Jordans in years. So let's see. Hip hop is Should hip hop have less gangster rap and more conscious rap? That depends on who we're talking about as well. Um, you don't hear a lot of when you're talking gangster rap. It's also the environment, where these guys have grown up or so. In the old days, rap was about, they were speaking from the heart, like how they were raised, where they grew up, things like that. And then you listen. You weren't really like, oh, look at him cursing, things like that. No. And then, later on, it became all about how much ice you got. And I don't like that. I don't care for that. Like, how much cars and my ice and all that stuff, I don't. That was kind of one of the things that turned me off about Southern rap. It was like that's all it was about was ice in my grills and all that other stuff. Like that turned me on. Ice-T said it best. You know, they would look at my watch. It's like they can make a song about that. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Favorite Christmas special. Uh, if I'm going, I don't know. I mean, if it's movies, it's different. Uh, man, I don't know. I mean, I like the Grinch and stuff like that, but those like Frosty the Snowman and stuff. I don't know if that's a special. Um, who do you think would win in a fight? Great white shark or a saltwater crocodile? With a shark. I mean, a salty still need to breathe. They still have to come up for air. They can't stay down for too long. So yeah. Have you seen Rampage, the movie with The Rock? Yes, I did, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. I did enjoy Rampage. Thought that was really fun. I never played Killer Instinct game. You should. Killer Instinct is a fun game. I had a 20 I have a 20-something-year-old Nintendo 64 that still works to this day. Malcolm has a Nintendo 64. Do you like any parts of the Middle East culture? Be like Arabic, Persian, Turkish, Hebrew, Jewish. I don't hate any. I mean, why should I hate them? They've done nothing to me. But I do like Arabic. Depending, Middle Eastern culture depends. There's some things I don't like about it, and there's some things I do like about. I like about it. There's some of the major things I don't like is the way they treat women and how they view women, and I don't like that. Especially in terms of beauty and stuff. I understand this culture, I get that, but some of the stuff I don't. I just can't. If a woman, especially, it depends on the country. If you show your face or anything like that, yeah, and they do it. They get in serious trouble. Kratos, God of War versus Darkseid. Pretty tough, but I may still have to give it a Darkseid. I don't know if Kratos could take a Omega beam right here. Do you prefer weather that is cold, cool, or hot or tropical? I like cold weather. I like the cold. It doesn't bother me as much. You've been around it. You've been in a stable state which experiences cold weather and hot. You tend to be able to deal with both of them. I mean, I don't like being cold, but I don't mind cold weather. I really don't. If I am, I don't like to be too hot either. Like I don't like that either. I don't like to feel sticky. I don't like to feel anything like that. So, Siberian tiger versus a brown bear. Oh, Cyber. I've seen a fight between a Siberian tiger and a bear. Tiger won. And you said a brown bear. Brown bears are not that. They're big, but they're still smaller than like a Kodiak. Do you know that Spider-Man one time fought a Herald of Galactus? Of course, Fire Lord. Beating him up too. I have the comic too. He's beating the crap out of Fire Lord, and Captain America is like, "You can't beat Fire Lord," and stuff like that. Who do you consider the best beatboxer throughout history? I definitely would say Dougie Fresh is up there. In Spider-Man, the 2020 game, they made Miles a over-swagged out African American kid. Is it just me, or did you notice that? Well, he's biracial, so no, I didn't see him being over swagged, and I have not played Miles Morales, so don't be ruining that for me, please. Um, how intelligent do you think you consider, or did you consider Tupac Shakur compared to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., and Rosa Parks? Why those three? Um, Pac was intelligent for what he was. You know, if you listen to those documentaries of him, like you get to see the real Tupac Shakur. Don't get it twisted what you see on stage and everything like that. That's what I love about documentaries, where you get to see the real side of this person. Like to me, Machiavelli, Tupac, all that those personas of him was just that's what they were. But when you hear the way he speaks about women and things like that in personal interviews, you're like, yo, this guy's articulate. He's really good. You know, do people forget that Melina ate people? Well, she doesn't eat people. I mean, they no, they don't. She's part Tartakian, and they always talk about meat and stuff like that. But I don't think people have forgotten. They just try to forget it like that. Uh, did you like some Southern rappers like Scarface? I will. I've never said I didn't like Scarface. I just don't. I don't like a lot of them. Dirty South. I didn't like a lot of them that was just rapping about ice. Like I didn't care for Birdman and Lil Wayne and all them because that's all they were rapping about. I like Luda. I like Ti. Don't really care too much for Little Flip. David Banner. I always give him respect. Trina and Juvenile. Juvenile has a couple of songs I do like. So I ain't gonna lie. Um, what do you think of Sting in AEW? This is from Super Kick Party. Also, Impact AEW partnership. Sting signing with AEW, that's cool. To see him back on TNT, that's cool. As for this partnership between AEW and Impact, it's probably going to work out for the best for exposure, especially for Impact. Because not everybody has access to Access TV. Get it? But it all we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. But I am happy for Sting. I don't think he's going to be doing a lot of wrestling because he can't. He really can't. But he is going to be he did sign a multi deal with that company, and I like no, excuse me. I like AEW. I do. I really do. I watch it all the time. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm good. But the point, there are some things about it that I'm seeing that I also don't like about it. And when you say stuff like that, that's when all those AEW marks come out. But honestly and truthfully, there are a lot of things about AEW that I don't like. One of them, for me, that I don't like is like this overhaul of factions. I do not like that at all. And anytime me and my brother are watching it, I'm like, yeah, that's one thing. It's like almost like it feels like AEW feels like it should be in the Game of Thrones world. You're with the Starks, you're with this or something like that. Like you got Jericho's clique, you got the Elite, you got Taz's group. It's like Jesus Christ, like they got the Nightmare. It's like God, yeah, There's like nobody who stands on their own. You know what I do like, yeah, except for Darby, and I like Darby Allin. But the one thing I do love about AEW, and I will say this, is they have an overhaul for tag team. Like I will say that, like they got the tag teams down pat. That's something that WWE can learn from. Well, that's because Vince don't like tag team. Yeah. Yeah. They don't even have half that. So I will say that about AEW. They do have a very tight knit, uh, tag division. Another thing I don't like about AEW is they do not have their women's division is not what it should be. And that's sad. It's not. It really isn't. What is another thing? I understand. I don't like the women's design for the belt. I understand what that's significant for. Like you're supposed to pay homage to the old. I get it, but it just to me I feel like the AEW championship belt, which is a beautiful belt. I'm a sucker for a nice belt. So you show me a nice belt, I'm like, ooh, that's nice. But I look at that belt and then I look at what Sheeta's carrying, and I'm like, well, that's not fair. Like that looks like crap compared to what. Yeah, it's so small. It's like
it's smaller than the 8. It's smaller than the 30 diamond. It's smaller than the TNT.
yeah.
It's smaller than the tag team.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a third place.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a trophy.
No, not even a third place. The whole here's your participation.
Yeah, and as of late, the other thing that I kind of will is like how they try to set up these people. Like, oh well, like for example, the Nightmare family, especially Cody, and like, there's some things I'm like, dude, this ego, like, turn him heel. But that's like an art that don't know. Cody will say that's an arcade turn. There's got to be a heel, and there's got to be a like what the fuck? Like this recently, this week's AEW with Brandy and Shaq. I gotta talk about that because that right there, I'm watching this.
Here's the thing. It was just promoted with Shaq.
Yeah.
And they just added.
Yeah, they added Brandy in it. It was just talking about Shaq, and I'm watching it. You go sit down and watch it. Shaquille O'Neal, one of the greats. He's there, and Brandy, and then you got the great no Tony Schiavone. I was about to say Tony. He introduces Brandy as executive, all this other thing, and then he introduces Shaq. Goes highlighting what this guy has done, and then you got Brandy over here. Oh, you gonna just say all that, Tony? Like, and I'm like, and I'm looking at her like, woman, what's wrong with you? Like, what else did you do? Besides, what else are you on?
You're not a champion.
You're not a champion. You're not even that good of a wrestler. Okay, she came off in that interview like she should be God. Like you should be looking at me as some demigod.
I do feel. I get the impression, but I know probably maybe a couple of months ago, I think before the pandemic, I was in discussion with somebody about Brandy. And I get she wants to she wants to, I guess, be more than Cody's wife. That she wants to, have some type of involvement. But when you put in consideration the failure that was the Nightmare Collective, that was a pure failure. The Nightmare Collective. Yeah, if everybody don't know what the Nightmare Collective is, it's funny because AEW Dynamite's only been a year old. That was Brandy's heel stable, which was all about collecting hair.
Collecting hair, yeah.
For whatever reason, Awesome Comic had a fetish over hair and had a switchblade.
Yeah.
But it's the only case where you want to say she tries. But then it's case where it's like you gotta come across as a mark for yourself.
Right.
Like you put yourself over more than you actually are. It's almost like
I was just about to say that.
Be real, there are women
in that company
who did more, who didn't get the acknowledgement.
Yeah.
That, to be quite honest, as legendary as she is, if you think about her, how WWE does not hype up Alundra Blayze more than you probably would think. Almost like they skip her generation.
Yeah.
Fabulous Moolah, Trish, and Lee's like, wait, there was Alundra Blayze. But Brandy, it's like, you're not all that.
She's not. So, like I said, point is, like, I like AEW, and I want it to succeed, but I can still see the flaws and where it needs improvement. Huh? No, yeah, that's also the big, like, yeah, the fact that they TNT allows them to curse. I'm like, oh, so what? Like, oh, curse. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's ball. Oh, okay. Yeah, kick. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I'm not. No, we're gonna. Well, I'll do that on another term. I'm not gonna do that now. All right. So, all right. What are your thoughts on the new Godzilla Signature Point anime? I saw it. I didn't see all of it though, so I can't really. Sorry if I'm absent. That's fine, Tony. You don't have to apologize. Everybody's different. I know you're in a different country. Not all my international PAC members can make everything. That's fine. How are things going in the Big Apple with the pandemic? I would say there's highs and there's lows. That's the best way I can put it. Have you ever went on the skyscrapers of New York City? And if affirmative, then what did you think about the view and the angle? Yeah, of course I have. Of course I've had. I've been on many skyscrapers in New York. Currently, no, but I've been on many, and the views are nice. Can't deny that. I remember we were 8th grade or so. We took a trip, and we went to the Empire State Building and see the view. It was great. Real nice. If you got vertigo, don't do it. That's the thing. The only thing I have not done, and this is funny, that I have not gone to Liberty Island and gone up all the way up the statue to the top. I have not done that. Between 2016 and without being some competition or anything more of it, which one is the worst in terms of the celebrity deaths? 2016. I'll go that one. I mean, this year's been sucked too, man. I ain't gonna lie. Have you ever been on any cruises or cruise line? Never been on a cruise. Never been on a cruise. I've actually, would love to go on a cruise someday. Take somebody with me to, but I've never been on a cruise. I was even talking about that too. I was like, I've never been on a cruise. I was like, and then many times I've seen like these cruises, and they're like, well, you could do this for this amount, and you go here and everything like that. Like there was one that I saw was like $600. It's like a 5-day cruise, and it goes from Miami to all over the Caribbean. I was like, whoa, okay, that's pretty nice. But never been on a cruise. Never. What's your favorite? What is your favorite way to get around through New York State? Taxi, shuttle, limo, rental car, state. Yeah, Uber, Life, Subway. Yeah, like I don't. First of all, um, mostly the farthest I've been up New York State was near the Adirondack Mountains, and that's pretty much up by Syracuse and Buffalo, called Lake George. We drove. You had to drive up there, and Lake George is a very small town, but it's actually a tourist town because it's all about the lakes. You know, the Lake George, and during the wintertime, they when I was up there when I worked with uh, kids who had like mentally challenged, special needs. We took them up there, and we took them up there, and we talked to some of the locals, and they were like, "Yeah, like this is a kind of a tourist town. Like everybody really works outside of the town. Like nobody works in the town until the summertime. Um, uh, the lights, their signal light, they turn off their signal lights in the winter because not everybody's driving. There's only one school that goes from kindergarten up to 12th grade. They have a festival on the lake when it freezes over, and I'm just thinking, oh God, yeah, okay, yeah, nope. But like, I don't care where I'm. Like, you basically have a festival on the lake, basically, and everything like that. Like that must mean like that lake must freeze over solid to the point you could put a carnival and stuff on top. Like, no way, hell no. But yeah, but mostly I'm in lower New York State, so I'm lower I'm at the border of the New York State line. So if I stepped outside of my house right now and I walk north, I'd be in New York State. I'd be right in the Bronx. Um, the Bronx is one of the 5 boroughs. The Bronx, of course, BX, is the birthplace of hip hop, the home of my favorite baseball team, Yankees. Um, yeah. But anytime I go into the city, see, that tells you, that right there just shows you I'm from New York, because we don't call it Manhattan. We just say the city. We don't call it that. That's just a like you just saw that. I could take the subway, or I could take the other train system called the Metro North. The Metro North is a lot faster because they don't have a lot of stops like the subway system does. The subway system, from where I'm at, is going through more different areas of the Bronx before uh, going into Harlem and Manhattan and all that, and Brooklyn. But if I take the Metro North, there are stops. There are stops like in the Bronx they will stop at, but mostly it's going straight to Grand Central. And Grand Central, of course, is a famous train station in Manhattan. And the station is it's fantastic. It's like once you come out, you get to see the different how they created it. It's really nice. And I do take Uber from time to time if I feel legit. But yeah, every wrestling company stupid storyline. Wait, what? Stupid storyline from every wrestling company. I guess that's what you're saying, Travis. A stupid story. Well, there's take your pick with WWE. There's been a couple. Um, there's been a couple. I don't even have to name a bunch of that. Impact. I think for me, one from TNA or Impact was the whole AJ Styles in this. There you go. Thank you. The Claire Lynch story. I was like, this is stupid. AEW currently right now, one for me is the Miro stupidness with his video game got broken, and then he just causes best friends like havoc. You know, and the fact is, who has a arcade system at, and that shit was broke from the get go. And now if you look at Miro or Rusev, his character is slowly changing to becoming similar now to. Yeah, it's just because I'm telling you, it started last week. There was a bunch of guys, myself included. We all were saying like, what is he? Like, because all it feels like he's just coming up as the big angry gamer. You break up my game. You break my game, I kill you. You know. Now, this past Wednesday, this past 2 Wednesdays, especially this one, he cost Orange Cassidy the ring, and he started just wailing on security, and it's like he just dumped this dude, and I'm just like, yeah. And then Malcolm has said, yeah, they're not listening to what fans are saying, huh? Like you could clearly say, yeah, that's just boom. Yeah. Yeah. So Tony, have you watched the documentary defending Michael Jackson of the false allegations, Square One, and Chase the Truth? I did not watch it. I didn't watch it. Super Kid Party. I remember the video you were talking about the 2003 Turtles. That show was so awesome. The Fox Box rocks. Good memories. Laugh out. Yeah, man. The 2003 Turtles series would really paid homage to the Mirage comics. They did get a little dark. Yeah, it was good. That was really good. I enjoyed that series a lot. I liked that, but once they started, when they did Fast Forward and all that other, yeah, then I started. Yeah, they ruined it after that. What do you find more? Who do you find more fire to look at? Kat Denning, Scarlett Johansson, Christina Hendricks, or Charisma Carpenter? Man, I haven't heard Charisma Carpenter's name in a while. But Charisma Carpenter is very pretty. Yeah. And I'm really happy to see that she's getting on with her life after what happened to her. Christina Hendricks, she's really, I could look at her all the time. Like, I don't know about that. Scarlett, I can look at her all the time too. So that's not a real question. And Kat Denning, I think what wows me about Kat Denning is just how curvaceous she is. Like, she hides it well. Like, you would not know until if you had with Thor, you didn't know. And then like when she would show, yeah, when you started seeing her showing up at like premieres and stuff, you're like, damn, Kat Denning is thick. Like she thick as fuck. Like whoa. And then of course, Two Broke Girls. That's when you really start to see just how curvaceous this woman is. And I'm like, okay, I see you. I see you. You know, it's like I see you. I see you. But I don't know. There's something about Scarlett Johansson. There's something about her. Like she can give you like these looks, and it's like, oh god, like even not even just with her and Black Widow, just her period. Like and I think for me, one of the best things about when she really just, I was just like, okay, I'm was when she was on. They talked to her. I think Hot 97. That's a radio station up here in New York. Was interviewing, and she basically was going down a list of rappers she listened to. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she was naming them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. But I will never forget that look she gave. She gives, if you watch Winter Soldier, she gives Sam in the beginning, like when Sam was like, "How you doing?" and she's looking at it. I'm like, oh my god, like you see that look she giving him good stuff like that. So what do you think about the Doom Patrol series? I have not. I only watched a few episodes, and from what I like, from what I watched, I liked, and I'm happy for Brendan Fraser. That's the most thing I'm happy about. Is like he was casted as Machine Man, and he's getting on with his life because that dude, his career was fucked. And I was like, and a lot of this just came from just alimonies and old wives and shit. Fuck. So I was happy when I was like, yeah, good, he's getting back on his feet. Because if you watch older interviews with him before this, you would just look at him like, oh my god, like he looks miserable. Like it's almost like the life is sucked out of him, and that's sad. Because I'm a big Brendan Fraser fan. I've always loved Brendan Fraser. There's not just Kobe we lost in terms of icons. There is the Diego Armando Mariano, who was a great soccer player all time. He was famous in the USA. All time. Was he also famous in the U.S.? I'm not the biggest football or soccer fan. I don't know everything. Right now, if you watch my reactions on my All Reaction channel, guys are sending me constant videos of other rugby players and stuff like that, and I'm learning about all these famous rugby players. It's really cool. Have you seen the new Animaniacs series on Hulu? No, I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I want to watch it because it's almost like a reboot, and it's like I don't. Yeah, but it just I may watch it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I liked. I was more of a fan of the other characters, a part of it, like the Goodfellas and all of them, and Pinky and the Brain and Minerva the Minx. I Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. They were cool, but their supporting characters were a lot more entertaining to me than them. I'm sorry, but it's true. Did you start reading The Boys yet? Their TV adaptation is banging right now. I have not, but I saw season 2 of The Boys, and Jesus Christ. Season 1, I watched that too, but season 2, I went through like crazy. Especially that they had a fucking Nazi in there. Have you ever been or want to go to the Bermuda Islands? I, I I've never been to the Bermuda. I haven't been there, and so I have not. What was your majors in junior, middle school, junior high, or high school? English. Uh, as a New Yorker, what are your general thoughts about Jersey? I have no issues with New Jersey. Okay, I don't. I really don't. Um, the only thing I feel uh about Jersey is if you're going through Jersey, that you know you're in Jersey because of all the factors, especially depending on what area you're going through. And you smell it. Oh, geez. But there are parts of Jersey that's really nice. Um, I have I have a cousin that lives in Jersey. We have family that live in Jersey. A couple of my coworkers, they live in Jersey. Um, but I have no issue with Jersey at all. I think the two New York football teams need to. One of them should go to Jersey. I think the Jets should go to Jersey. They should be New Jersey Jets because New Jersey doesn't have a lot of professional teams anymore. The Nets left. They're now in Brooklyn. Um, Still got the Devils, which is named after the Jersey Devil, in the Pine Barrens. That's in New Jersey. It's like this big wooded area, forest area that's almost as big as almost as big as like Yellowstone. That's how big it. And there's supposed to be a creature, a cryptic in there called the Jersey Devil. And there's some people that said they claimed to see it. And that's some of the cool things that I would say. But I have no issue with Jersey at all. None whatsoever. Apparently, the Robin who died in Batman versus wasn't Jason Todd but Dick Grayson. You think that is an interesting or terrible idea to have him killed and to show Bruce's descent into brutality? The whole concept of him dying, I think, is kind of stupid because we didn't even know he existed. You just, oh, he's dead. Like, we shit on Robin. Like, you know, it should be Jason Todd because that's who Joker killed. You know, not Dick Grayson. You know, we don't know what, because now it's like they may still do because they still talking about doing a Nightwing movie. It's like, oh, then that's what. What is your favorite part of Manhattan? Chinatown, Koreatown, Harlem, Spanish Harlem. We just say Harlem. Period. Clinton, that's Hell's Kitchen, or Washington Heights. I've only been to Chinatown a few times. I don't go down to Chinatown all the time. I've only been there a couple of times. Koreatown, you miss that. You won't even know where that is if you only. It's like Little Italy. You'll miss it, but you could tell. Harlem, go through Harlem a lot all the time. You know, and Harlem is a nice place to go through. Like, don't let people or things you hear about. I mean, well, back in the day, yeah, Harlem was a lot different back in the day, but now Harlem has changed. It has changed a lot. And even Hell's Kitchen, Clinton, like, first of all, that's another thing. All right, let's get one thing straight about Hell's Kitchen. Clinton as big. It is not as big as you think it is. It's not a big section of Manhattan. It's two. It right. It's a little section in Midtown. It's 2 blocks. That's it. That's Hell's Kitchen. So if you want to get technical, that's all Daredevil protects. But in yeah, right, exactly. You know, that's the beauty of what they did for Daredevil in Marvel. They made Hell's Kitchen bigger than it is. But yeah, it's not that big. Washington Heights is nice too. That's like the upper echelons of Manhattan, like that big. Like if you look at Manhattan Island, you see that big like pointy like area going up. That's Washington Heights. Okay, but it's nice too. The idea of Warner Bros. To put all their future films to the HBO Max might hurt movie theaters severely. What do you think? Yeah, I just talked about that. I think it's a bad idea, but because of the they're just so focused on the pandemic and everything like that. It's like let's just get that out there. Um, exactly.
I understand for Wonder Woman and even the Black Widow or something. It's like these movies were supposed to come out 2000.
In May, they both were supposed to be in May.
Supposed to be early 2020. Yeah. They were most anticipated movies of 2020. Here's the thing about anticipation. It doesn't always stay at the top.
Yeah.
After a while, it could be, I just want to see the dang movie. And then it could just be, with anticipation so high, we waited on them. Oh, that was it? That's what you guys waited for this thing to come out in theaters just for this? But the fact that Wonder Woman just said, yeah, we're just going to put everything, it's like, no, like I said, if it was just Wonder Woman, I could definitely understand. So it's got to be 2020.
But they talking about their whole.
Yeah, they talking about their whole catalog.
Yeah, their whole catalog. That's a lot of the directors are not liking it. James Gunn don't like it. No, a couple of people. Matthew, are many locals of New York City actually rude and in a rush in your experience? My experience, New York City is a rush city. Like New York City is just everybody's moving. But I've never seen like people being rude. But you also got some crazies out. I was down there this week because I had to go to my local comic store, and I was down there, and I nearly watched this guy get hit, and I'm like, is this guy drunk? Like he's just out in the street yelling, and I'm like right in Times Square, and I'm like, this dude is drunk, and I was like, oh please, just get across the street, like this guy is gonna get hit, like, and but it's the funniest thing is it's more because of, I guess you could say maybe because of the pandemic or not, the car flow is moving a lot quicker now than it used to be. That's always been kind of weird to me. But rude, no. You know, it does break my heart when I see the panhandlers out there. It's like, and I try to do as much. If I have it on me, I will give it. I'm not that kind of person. Like if I have something on me, I'll give it to them. But what bothers me is, like I said, it's just you see them, just sitting on like one of the vents and just keeping warm or something like that, or shaking, like, can I have some change, please, and things like that. I remember I filmed. I was down at Jollibee's. I went down to Jollibee's, and I was filming a try video because I was having Jollibee's for the first time, and you could actually see it on the video. You can watch it right now, and I'm filming, and this homeless guy comes in, and I'm kind of like telling him like, don't go too close. I'm filming, and I can hear him saying, "What is that, camera?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's camera." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm hungry as fuck." He get clear, and you just see me give him some food. I'm like, "Here you go." So yeah, homelessness is everywhere. You can't say it's not everywhere. That's probably the biggest part about it. That's just really wrong. The rude, I have not experienced like somebody being rude to me, like get on my way or thing like that. No, it's just a very busy city. People going everywhere. Who do you think is the funniest black comedian? Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac, Cedric, Sinbad, Eddie Murphy, Cat Williams, Dave, Key and Peele, or Trevor Noah? Definitely Richard Pryor's up there, and Bernie definitely. I don't find Cedric the Entertainer that funny. I really don't. Sinbad is fun. Now Sinbad, I will crack up on anything he actually does. I'm glad to see that he's still there. I can't wait to see what Eddie does because he's already stated he wants to go back to stand up. Cat Williams, there were some things I liked about him, but there ain't a lot too much I like about him as well. Dave was funny to me. I like Dave Chappelle. And I never watched any of Trevor Noah's comedy specials. I just know him now from the Daily Show. And just speaking very articulate. Pretty good. What do you think about Kate Bishop's suit for the Hawkeye suit? Makes sense. I'm fine with it. You're going to see more. I got a video that's coming up soon. You can watch it there. What is the best portrayal of Catwoman in comic books to you? I don't like Catwoman. That's a character I do not like, so I really don't care. I'm sorry, I don't. Catwoman is a character I just do not like. I don't like her. Don't you think that putting Sam Raimi's character in the third Spider movie could hurt more than make the movie anything? No, because they're saying more like they're just cameos. And the Spider and it's also the reason now you're understanding why this is happening because they're connected. Spider-Man 3 is connected to Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness. So yeah, so it makes sense now. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Allison Hangen, Natalie Portman, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Keira Knightley, or Selma Hayek. Who is the finest to you? Selma Hayek. Right. That's not even a question. That's not. They all are beautiful, but Selma Hayek. Oh my God! Like this woman. Like the older she gets, the more sexier she looks to me. I'm like if you watch her from I was gonna say Desperado, but I'm talking about when she was in the vampire movie. Shit, I forget the name of it. Until Dawn. No. Yeah, Until Dawn. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that, and up until, like, she has not aged that much. You're like, what the hell? Like, till Dusk Till Dawn. Excuse me. There we go. That's all. What do you think about the new King of Black crossover? I just talked about this. You'll hear more about it when I review it. So I'll talk about that soon. Do you think Jada Pinkett aged well? Do I think she aged well? I think she aged pretty fine. Like, yeah, I mean, when you look at her from her younger days, especially for me, looking at her from a different world and up until then, and you can see, like, yeah, there's some differences. Her cheekbones seem to have gotten bigger or so. Could be cosmetic, but yeah, I mean, especially when you look at her through Gotham, because that was the only reason why I was watching Gotham, because I liked her as Fish Mahoney, and you could see like, oh, okay, but she's still fine. Don't get me wrong. And I do watch her show, The Red Table, on. Yeah, just don't get entangled. What's that word? Personally, Alicia Keys aged very well. Yes, she has. Alicia Keys has aged very well too. Yeah, that and yeah, for her to be like showing, like this is what I look like without makeup. Still fun. Like I like that. I like when women do that. Like this is what I look like without. Yeah, it's like yeah, you get to see that's their true beauty. There you go. That's what I want to see. Yeah, that's what they're waking up to. Right. It's like it's different for us guys. We don't do all that stuff. We're yeah. Like I mean, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I moisturize my face or put cocoa butter on my face or lotion and stuff like that. I put like, but it's not like you're not seeing me like I put that on and I can fix my face, like clay face or something. No, guys, we ain't doing that. Like that's the same thing. Like I'll be honest. Like, have any of you guys? And I'm being honest here. I appreciate women more for women who wear high heels because I have put on high heels one time just to walk, and it was a struggle for me. I was in Target not too long ago, and I was in there, and I was like, I'm gonna put these on. I'm gonna put these high heel shoes on, and I tried to walk just from where I was to the mirror. And it was a struggle. My leg, I'm going all crazy, and I'm like, and this one woman came by and saw me, and I was just like, I'm just trying to see like what you guys go through, and I just was like, I can't. I appreciate y'all. Y'all can't like. That's crazy. Like, and people walk. They walk in it. I've seen women run in high heels. Like, how do you not break your ankle? It's crazy. So you got it. What do you think they should do with Black Panther given what happened? They've already announced, Kevin Feige and them already announced that nothing is changing in terms of Chadwick Boseman is the only T'Challa. The sequel is going to explore more of the people of Wakanda, new characters, and old. There you go. So how would you do a Wonder Woman animated series? Just use the Wonder Woman that was in Bruce Timm's. Just there you go. What is your favorite part of original hip hop culture? Rapping, breakdancing. Speaking of breakdancing, that is now an official Olympic event now. Breakdancing. What would they think of next, huh? I like beatboxing. That takes a lot of skill. I like that. Breakdancing is always cool. If you had Spider-Man's powers, I have it every night I close my eyes. Mostly. So, from the comics, at his best and most skilled and powerful, then how would you react? I'd be crazed, like excited as well. Like, whoa, I can stick to walls, I can jump real far, and my sense of balance is on point. And of course, it's that spider sense. That's because I really want to know what that feels like. Like, what does that feel like? That personal, you feel like that pre-augmented like sense of like, oh, somebody's trying to attack me. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's amazing to me. And the super strength is also going to be a factor, because okay. But yeah, that's just something Dream about that almost every night. Oh my. Uh, so, which lesser known DC character do you want to see more of? Well, I got my wish with Black Lightning. I would like, I'm sad to see that his show is ending. More cosmic level heroes, I could say for sure. Like, I wouldn't mind like an Adam Strange show or something like that. That would be Christmas, Matthew. I'm a big lover of Christmas. I love Christmas. That's my favorite time of the year. It is. It means a lot to me. You ever watch any plays or theater acting on Broadway? Yes, I have. I've been in a couple of plays in the past, not currently because everything's shut down, but in the past, off-Broadway shows at the Beacon Theater, Deacon Theater, excuse me. No, Beacon Theater, excuse me. I've seen a couple of them. Who is your favorite Hispanic comedian? Never been asked that. I want to say John Leguizamo is definitely up there. Yeah, he's definitely John Leguizamo is up there. I don't have a favorite. It's just he's definitely up there. But then there's Cheech Martin, Cheech and Chong. Come on. I said yeah, George Lopez, another one. Did you ever watch? Did you watch the new? Yeah, I watched the new the new DuckTales series. I did. There's a story in season 2 that I believe will touch you personally. Yeah, I watch. I haven't. I'm behind on some of the episodes, but yeah, and that has gotten canceled too. And I guess you are excited for Selma Hayek to appear in Eternal, right? Yeah, she's playing the leader of the Eternals. That's fine, but I mean, it's still. I like Selma actually. She just seems like a very nice woman. But also she could be really goofy as well. Like, that's just what it is. Do you think Lauren London or Buffy the Body are wonderful eye candy? Yes. I haven't heard Buffy the Body in a long time. So what's that saying? Would you agree that Courtney is the most natural looking Kardashian sister without makeup, eyeliner? Who's Courtney? Which one's that? That's the tall one, right? No, that's Chloe. Okay. Courtney's a small. Yeah, she's the one that's always having problems with her husband, right? Yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess yeah. Are we gonna we're gonna wrap this up? Okay. Andre, what do you think about the new upcoming Space Jam movie? I don't know. I don't think there was need for another Space Jam movie. That's just me. Angela Bassett also ages. You damn right. You got I would. That is like I've never said I've only heard it in movies, but I've said it before. If she asked me to kiss her feet, I'd kiss her feet every day. Like Angela Bassett is. I've always was just in awe of her. Like, God damn, I was always like, ooh, beautiful. That's just fine wine. Do you have any favorite Asian comedians? Oh, Margaret Cho. I believe that's you. Yeah, Margaret Cho. Any topping white comics? Wait, what? Wait, what? What the hell? What is? Are you mean? Do I have any favorite white comedians? Is that what you? No, it says any topping white comics. White. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but he doesn't do stage. You talk about somebody who's on. You talking about stage comedians or just in general? Because I would say, yeah, Jim Carrey's up there. Yeah, yeah, I guess. How about Jewish comedians? Don't know it that many. I don't even. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't go by their religion with comedians. I don't like that. That anybody that does that, then you. I won't say you're bad, but then you really go deep into that. Like if you're a comedian, you're a comedian. I don't be like, oh, that's a Hindu comedian right there. Uh, that's a Buddhist comedian right there. I don't do all that. I'm not all into that. And the other thing is like you can't tell somebody is Jewish. They say, "Oh, I'm Jewish." Like, so it is what it is. Happy New Year, Tony. Everything like that. So we're gonna end that too, right there. So listen, guys. As always, you guys have a safe and Merry Christmas, and of course, Happy New Year as well. I will have. This will be the last Q&A for the year. I'm not going to do another one like I usually do. I do another one, a pre-recorded one. I'm not going to do it this year. If you, what can I say? Oh, I will tell you this, guys. The green screen will be back in effect on my videos again next year. I'll be putting that back in effect as well. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking, for more gameplay of various video games. I will be doing that. Don't worry. It's just depending on the game. I know people have been asking me to, can you stream Miles Morales, and I'm like, I haven't even played it yet. So, Cyberpunk. I know. I'm not sure about Cyber because that's got like a lot of nudity. Now I have to edit out that stuff. But yeah, things are coming. Things will happen. Older segments that I used to do on the channel will be returning. As of right now, one of the things that has returned back is the comic reviews. I know a lot of people that wanted the comic reviews back. So yeah, guys, the comic reviews. I still have to finish a couple of months comics. One you were definitely going to hear me talk about is the other side of the DC universe. This bad boy right here. This was so good. This series is all about Black Lightning. This one was all about Black Lightning, and it's showcasing his career from the 70s up into the late 90s, and you get to hear everything what he went through and how he felt about how he felt about Superman, how he felt about the Justice League, how he felt about John Stewart, like everything, like Vixen, Cyborg, The Outsiders, Batman, what he felt in his own words. John Riley is the writer, and the way he told the story in this was fantastic, and I cannot wait to talk about this. Definitely going to talk about that. But other than that, guys, you guys take care. Like I said before, stay safe. Happy holidays, as always. I'm getting I'm not really that hungry because I had a deep lunch, but I'm getting a little hungry. I'll snack on something. Give me some snacky snacks. And then y'all take care. And I'll see you around.